Well, I've spent a long time fighting it, but it's official. It's true. You are what you consume. And believe me, I wish they were wrong. On this self-growth, healing journey of mine, trying to get healthier, become the best version of myself, I didn't want them to be right. But unfortunately, your inner world, your inner self, very much reflect what you consume. Anything that you do repeatedly, again and again and again, becomes a part of your world, yourself, unfortunately. There's a quote I really like. Let me look it up. You become what you give your attention to. If you yourself didn't choose what thoughts or images you expose yourself to, someone else will. I love that. You are what you consume. You become what you regularly consume. What you read, watch, eat, hear, absorb, feel. And all of these things, they feed your thoughts and they fuel your actions and they impact who you become. Your whole identity is actually a reflection of what you do. Your entire identity is dictated by your actions and what you consume, what you give your attention and your time and your money to. These really are a reflection of your values too. Over the last few months, I've been really trying to become who I want to be and stick with the habits that I identify with. You know, that default action of just reaching for your phone and scrolling. Whenever that happens, I delete Instagram or TikTok or whatever it is now. I've realized that having sugar, especially like ice cream and just like milk chocolate bars, my skin will break out. It's like my body actively telling me like, don't consume that. Like, that's not good for us and it sucks. It's not fun. Like, I like those things. I wanna scroll. I wanna eat chocolate and ice cream. But I will also admit that my old self, my old identity, liked doing those things. Like, will those things actively move me towards the person that I want to become? No. It's a tough pill to swallow. It is. And I'm not sitting here telling you it's all sunshine and rainbows. No, that's why most people don't become the best version of themselves, because the process isn't fun. Is it rewarding as hell on the other side? Yeah, I think so. I mean, I've had moments of seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, being proud of myself, liking who I'm becoming, and that's great, but it's not fun all the time. And you kind of like almost go through withdrawal of not like doing these things, and your old self really tries to pull you back into it. So it's like a constant battle between the things that you used to love because they fueled that old identity, but then the new version of yourself is like, no, that's not a good reflection of who we are or what we want. Moral of the story is I'm noticing it and I think it's true. And I think the biggest aspect of you are what you consume and that leads to the identity impact are your thoughts. Like really how what you're consuming physically, mentally, what you're hearing, what you're scrolling through really does impact your thoughts. Like, are you suppressing negative thoughts by that dopamine rush of TikTok? Are you trying to silence that negative self-talk that's tearing you down all the time? Because like the thoughts and how you talk to yourself and how your thoughts impact your emotions, behaviors, it really does stem from what you're consuming, what you're doing day to day. And again, like not an easy pill to swallow because it's not easy to change. It's not like a fun realization of, wow, like so many of my automatic default behaviors every single day are not pushing me in the right direction. But that doesn't mean you have to change 100% of everything you do right now. It's a slow, gradual process. The number one thing to start now, though, is being aware of when you're doing that. When you're doing the things that are actively votes against the person that you want to be. And so if you're not actively choosing what it is you want to absorb, you're just kind of mindlessly, aimlessly absorbing whatever happens to be around you or whatever happens to be the default behavior of your past self. But you can choose to alter and adjust your environment, your habits, your food, your screen time. You can even impact your algorithm. Very often on TikTok, I hold things down and say, not interested. Does it listen to me all the time? No. But the more and more I do it, it has a little bit of an impact. And it helps. A little less Trump and a little more puppies. So like I said before, it's so much of this starts with self-awareness. The whole foundation of self-work in general and personal development is awareness. Start there. So notice if you're spending hours consuming things that make you feel sad. Notice if your meal makes you feel gross. Notice if the people around you just drain your energy. You need to be aware of a problem before you have any hope in solving it. And just remember that your identity, your mind, is going to echo what you give it, what you feed it, what you consume. And one way that I've been trying to adjust what I consume and kind of improve it a little bit, in addition to just being aware and questioning more, you can literally like audit and make a list or like journal what your inputs actually are. So like literally write down, like in a journal or like a note on your phone, write down what you watch, what you read, just how you spend your time each day. And be honest with yourself. Like maybe you have a schedule of what your workday looks like, but do you scroll for 10 minutes between all of these blocks? How do you feel after that? So not only should you note what you do, but how it makes you feel. And is this aligned with the person that you want to be? Your new identity or your old identity? Write down what you listen to, what you eat regularly for your meals, what your normal habits and routines look like, especially in the morning and in the evening. And like I said, ask yourself, like, does this drain me? Does this inspire me? How does it make me feel? And what identity is it voting for? And once you have all of these audits, these observations, really try not to get overwhelmed. Try to identify the most realistic swaps or changes. Do not overhaul your whole life overnight. You will not stick with it. That's your all or nothing mindset trying to self-sabotage you, telling you, oh, you can't just change one thing. That's pathetic. We're going to change everything. Focusing on intensity rather than consistency so that you can fail and your brain can use that as fake proof that you can't do it. We're not doing that anymore. I know it well. Start slow. Swap out one thing. Delete that app. Buy something new at the grocery store. Anything that you can realistically see yourself staying consistent and maintaining. Whenever you start to see yourself moving towards or like convincing yourself, I need a drastic change. No, you need balance. Balance and consistency. The king and queen of life. I think, because they're so foreign to me, I'm just becoming friends with them. That and also like self-discipline. Who are they? Consistency, balance, and self-discipline. These are very new to me, but they're also secrets to life and really important. So whenever you feel yourself starting to fall into that trap of wanting to be extreme or change everything, remind yourself of the royalty that is self-improvement, consistency, balance, and discipline or respect? I think it was self-discipline. Just one change can have a huge impact. If you're replacing scrolling with reading, that's a huge win. Celebrate that win. Make sure you don't just write it off as, oh, not a big thing, I shouldn't be happy about that. Give yourself a pat on the back. If you're doing that consistently, that's huge. So don't let your negativity bias belittle your progress, because this one change could have a knock-on effect of your energy, your mood, your behavior. Like, you have no idea how small things can really impact you, and this is something I'm trying to become more aware of moving forward, especially when I'm not just trying to see very stereotypical metrics of success as the only possible success. These small little things, this is success too. And being more aware of these things is so important. So remember, you're not just influenced a bit by these things around you, the things you consume and see and do. They literally shape you. You are what you consume, what you do regularly, who you see, what you interact with, your environment. Everything is shaping you. And maybe right now it all reflects your old identity, but it can reflect the new you. Not overnight, but it can, slowly. And celebrate yourself along the journey of these small wins on the way to it. And by making these small changes, they can drastically impact and change your thoughts, your emotions, your behaviors. I'm seeing it now. I think I'm much more positive over the last few months, and I'm much more aware and self-motivated. I'm developing these key attributes of the balance, consistency, self-discipline. They were super foreign to me even like a year ago. So that's a win. So we need to remember we are what we repeatedly consume, and we can build a stronger new identity if we choose to. And a more intentional life starts with your inputs. So be aware of what you're consuming and start there. Start small. I know you can do it. If I can do it and I can change what I'm consuming, I know that you can too. I hope this video was helpful for you. Thank you so much for watching. I love talking about topics like this. I'll see you in the next video.